Hi guys, AC here. Today I've got an Acqua di Parma. It's called Mandorlo di Sicilia. Now this one comes in a blue cardboard box and the bottle is beautiful Mediterranean blue. This was released in 1999 and this is quite a nice fragrance. But before we go into the fragrance, a little bit about the blue Mediterrano line. There's 7 fragrances and each one of them has been designed to portray the sun, the energy and the lifestyle of the Italian people. All of them are manufactured in Italy. So I find the story quite interesting where they're trying to showcase a country's culture, its energy, its people through 7 fragrances. So a little bit about relationship of Mandorlo or almonds with the Italian culture. Since the line is all about celebrating Italian culture, what's the relationship of almonds? The thing is, almonds were introduced to Italy by Arab traders about 1000 BC. So they have a long history of growing almonds in Sicily. In fact, almond blossoms in Sicily in February, which is exactly 1 month after it blossoms in the Middle East. And the reason I know, because they have a festival in Sicily that celebrates the blossoming of the almond trees. There's also a myth associated with the color of the bloom to the taste of almonds. For example, white blooms are associated with sweet tasting almonds and pink blooms are associated with bitter tasting almonds. I don't think this is true. Certainly it's not true for the almonds that I've tasted. But that's the story. Almonds are associated with good fortune in the Italian culture. That's the reason this fragrance, which celebrates Italian culture, has got a fragrance dedicated to almonds. Yeah? In fact, almonds covered in sugar are distributed as confettis because it's associated with good luck. So that's the relationship. Acqua di Parma is one of my favorite houses. I've already reviewed one of the fragrances, which is, I think, Acqua di Parma Colonia Intensa, which is a stunning fragrance in my view. This is no less. This fragrance, again, is one of my favorites, and this has got quite a few things which are quite unique. Number one, this is the only vanilla-based summer fragrance I know. Yeah, it works in summer. In fact, this is so versatile, it'll work in any weather. You can try it yourself. So let's go with the spray first. I've got about a 7-hour dry down on my left hand, so we'll go with the fresh spray. And let's start. Oh, I can smell it from here. It's a fantastic beginning. So the top has very nice bergamot and orange, and along with that is a very fresh, sprightly Chinese star anise. That's the top, and it's a nice top. But the orange is sugary. Yeah, the bergamot is sugary rather than balsamic, tarty citrus. It's not like that. The beginning also has a marshmallow vibe to it. Yeah, it's a very interesting fragrance, guys. What it reminds me of is, well, in the initial stages, is when you are sitting on a beach with lots of kids playing around you, and they're having vanilla and almond ice cream, or they're having marshmallows, and you can smell a little bit of suntan lotion, and you can smell a little bit of root beer. That's the beginning, that's the image it conjures up, because you'll get vibes of all of that. Extremely well done, extremely well executed top. I love this top because it is so different than what you would expect. Now a little bit of a story about this fragrance. You know, when I joined the Fracom back in 2010, this was one of the most hyped fragrances. I kid you not. This is before the times of Aventus. Yeah? Obviously, over a period of time, many other fragrances came and took the limelight. So this fragrance doesn't get a lot of talk, right? But has this fragrance lost its sheen? I don't think so. This fragrance is still as beautiful as it was when it was first hyped. Released in 1999, it was really hyped in the Fracom. I first smelled this fragrance and owned this fragrance back in 2011. Got my second bottle after about 6 years, and I tell you, it is beautiful. Okay, now let's go to the dry down. The dry down on my left hand is about 6 or 7 hours old. So I'm getting a very sort of a dry, creamy, leathery dry down. That's the texture of the fragrance. From where it started, it had a sugary, sweet, zesty, citrusy opening with sharp, energetic Chinese star anise. Yeah, the dry down is slightly different. It's biscuity. So a lot of people talk about amaretto biscuits and this fragrance. The reason it is such is because of its lovely middle. It's a very clever fragrance. The notes, when you start, you've got bergamot, orange, star anise. The middle has got two amazing notes, and that's the reason it's creamy and biscuity. It's got green almonds, and along with green almonds, they've used ylang ylang. Now you know that ylang ylang is much favored in women's fragrances. The accord here is aromatic, sensual, and creamy. And these are the three qualities of ylang ylang oil of very high grade. That's why I like Acqua Di Parma, because they use ingredients which are top-notch quality. So the middle is when the biscuity thing comes in. In fact, I've sprayed it in about 2 minutes ago, and I get the creaminess of ylang ylang, the suede, nutty, slight nutty, it's not very nutty, of green almond coming through. But the joy of this fragrance is not middle or the top, which don't last long enough. It is the base, the dry down. So here is the base. The base has predominantly the predominant binding agent is tolu balsam, and tolu balsam has quite a few accords, and the one accord that has been used here is slightly chocolatey accord. It's sweet. It's slight chocolatey. There's another very nice implementation of vanilla here. That's what I meant when I said this is the only vanilla I know you can wear in summer. It's not cloying, it's not sweet, it's very fragrant, beautiful, woody vanilla. So the tolu balsam and vanilla, and they're supported by cedar and white musk, which I do not get in the dry down. So the texture of the fragrance is slightly leathery, very elegant and sophisticated citrus-based fragrance, which has innovative use of ylang ylang and green almond. That's the construct of the fragrance. It smells amazing. I'm telling you now. So it's marketed as unisex. So let's get to the pros and cons. As I said, I've added a new section to my reviews. Pros and cons. So number one, it smells unique. I cannot remember from having tested thousands of fragrances if there's anything that smells like this. So I enjoy this fragrance. I truly do. This is a unique smelling fragrance. Number one, pro. Second thing in its favor is it's been constructed in a way that it lasts a long time. It's got great persistence. So it has, let's say, 1 or 1.5 hours of projection. I would say 2 feet. Then it comes closer. It's got moderate to high sillage. You can smell it at least for 6 hours, and longevity is easily till your next shower time, whatever that might be, 9 hours to 16 hours, whatever. So the downsides, cons. I think this leans slightly feminine. It's been marketed as unisex, but so is Fico di Amalfi, which is extremely popular in the frac comp, which is a feminine fragrance. It's marketed for females. This leans slightly feminine. If you do not like such fragrances, then this is not for you. You might as well test it. In fact, I would recommend you test it anyways. So those are the pros and cons. In terms of ranking the fragrance, I think it's got all elements of performance. It's a good performer. It will stick with you. It is pricey. Acqua Di Parma is pricey. You can wear it in all weather if you like, but the best weather to wear this, I think in my opinion, is autumn. I've tried it, many years of experience. This works best in autumn, but highly versatile fragrance. So bearing all of those factors in mind, I would say that this fragrance should get at least a 7 out of 10. The only reason it's losing out 3 is, first, it is expensive. Second, it leans slightly feminine, which might put off people. And number 3, it's been in circulation for such a long time that people already know about this. Another reason it probably gets one less number is slightly linear. Yeah? But although if you wear it in summer as compared to winter, you'll get different facets. It's an intelligent, well constructed, elegant fragrance. I would say this is what you call suave and elegant men's fragrance. Women can wear this, absolutely not a problem. But if you're dressed up, the situation, the occasions that you can wear this to would be formal, or you're on a holiday, but it's a daytime wear. I would say I've tried it in summer, evening time, and it goes very well in summer, evening times as well. So occasion wise, it's quite versatile as well. So hopefully I've covered all aspects, and hopefully you like the review. If you do give us a like. AC signing off. Bye bye.